Hi, everybody, and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. This is episode 163. As always, hope you're all doing well. We've got some comments in the chat already, so I just want to say hello to everyone that's watching live. If you've taken the time to leave me a comment there at the start of the show, so let's go through those now. Good evening to Andy. He says, hope your Tuesday's going well. Yes, not too bad. Very busy day today. Lots going on, but yeah, not too bad, thank you. Sue and the Donuts team are here. Good evening to you. We have got Lisa saying, not for the first time, hello from Honolulu. Yeah, I would love to be there one day. That is so cool. Thank you for joining from the literal other side of the planet. That's quite incredible again. I know I said that last time, but wow. Very cool. Yes, Andy says aloha. Quite right. Geraldine's here as well saying hello. We've got Millie and Mike this evening, or just Millie. Let's see. She says good evening. Pete's there from the Britzillians saying good evening all. And who else have we got here? Oh, Jew and Ant in the chat as well. Jodie's there saying hi. Millie says a highlight of the week. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, really lovely turnout this evening. It's great to be back. Not having any technical problems this evening. He says, touching wood, things seem to be working nicely. So unlike last time, we had a few problems at the start, but not tonight, which is great. So that's good, isn't it? Really good turnout. And yes, hello to Vernier as well from the Britzillians team. Great turnout. We have got the usual 3 mixed quiz rounds. Oh, Mike is in Vietnam on a business trip, so it's just Millie. Okay, all right. Well, let's hope you get your bonus point in for this first question because, as always, we're going to do a question at the start to get you some bonus points. You can apply those bonus points to any of the 3 main quiz rounds as per usual. So let's bring in the kids' question for you to kick things off, and then we'll get into the main part of the show. And who have we got joining us this evening? It is, of course, Ribbons here. Hello. So let's bring up the question. As always, you get 2 bonus points if you get this correct. And you do guess this one in the comments if you're watching live. Even if you're not, have a guess at this point in the show. I always like to see those comments coming in. So let's bring up the question. Rue's going to ask it, and then you guys guess in the comments what you think the answer is. Here we go.
How many flips per minute is the world record for pancake flipping? Is it A, 100 times, B, 120 times, or C, 140 times?
Okay, so A, B, or C? Have a guess in the comments then, guys. Let's see who can get it correct for this bonus question to kick off the show. A, B, or C. And obviously, we are doing a subject like this for the kick-off question, the kids' question to kick off the show, because it's Pancake Day today, isn't it? It is Pancake Day today, Shrove Tuesday. So we had some pancakes that Mum made earlier, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, as always. Very nice. So let's get some guesses coming in. Here we go. 3 guesses in straight away. So with it 100 times, 120 times, or 140 times, this is, of course, according to the Guinness Book of Records, the official world record. Okay. PJ's there in the comments as well. Welcome along, Pete. Okay, more guesses coming in. Oh, interesting. Let's see who gets the bonus points. Andy's gone with B, not too sure. PJ's put the pancake emoji. I like that. Very good. Nice little touch there. Okay, I think we have got almost all the live viewers there commenting, but please do add them in. If you're not sure, get your guesses in now because we're going to reveal the answer. And so, are you ready, Ruben? Oh dear, it's past your bedtime, isn't it?
No, I'm just tired.
Nearly. Busy day. Okay, here we go. The answer is...
It's C.
It is C. Thank you. So it's 140 times. Let's give shout outs to the people who said C. We have got...
Jew.
We have got...
PJ.
PJ. And we have got nobody else.
My original thought process when Dad asked me the question was, well, it would make sense to be 120 because 100's a lot, but compared to the other options, it's like not as big. And then 140 seems too big. So I was going to go with 120, but I corrected myself with 140 and I got it correct.
You did. And 120 is still quite a lot. I mean, that's 2 every second in a minute. That's every second. That's mad. So 140.
Their heads now.
Their heads.
They need to go. On their heads, they need to go, what? Ooh, what?
It might never come off. Depends on what's on it, I suppose. All right. Well, with that said, thanks for taking part in that question. Andy says rats. Damn. You didn't get it right that time, mate. Unlucky to everybody else. It was C. So with that said, let's say goodbye to Ruben.
And because the answer was C, and my outro is C instead of this.
Yeah. You crazy kid. Well then, there we go. Let's have a look. Compliments to whoever had to count them. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That would have been some counting. I imagine they had, much like, and I'm sorry if this gets picked up on the microphone, I've got the most addictive clicky pen ever. I must put it down because I've been fidgeting all day. Flipping good question, Roo. Amazing. Love the pun. Thank you for that, Pete. Brilliant. So you can see at the bottom there that the subjects tonight are science and nature, Oscars, because it was the Oscars, of course, on the weekend. It's not all about the Oscars this weekend. There might be one or two, but general Oscars trivia, and then potluck, which is a general knowledge round. Regular viewers know exactly what I mean when I say potluck. And we're doing science and nature. I'm glad PJ's here tonight because I did reach out to some people about requests, and he mentioned about liking the nature quizzes. So I thought I'll bring in science and nature, so it's the usual good mix of the two. And there is some nature questions in there for you as part of that round. So thank you for being a Patreon and supporting me. And anybody else that does do the same thing, which most of you watching do, you are entitled to requests as well. Just let me know and I'll drop them into any show I can, particularly if I know you're going to be able to watch. So yeah, that always applies. Do let me know. With that said, science and nature. No longer do you put the guesses in the comments. Here's your countdown conundrum for 2 more bonus points. 2 points if you got Rue's question right just now. 2 points for every countdown conundrum, which I will have 1 for every one of the 3 quiz rounds you see along the bottom there. And then game shows tonight. We have got, what have we got? We've got Family Fortunes and then Tenable this evening. So that's going to be some fun. And yeah, we'll chat as we go. So keep the comments coming. Just don't guess in the comments anymore. Question number 1. Which animal is mentioned in the title of a William Shakespeare play? Which animal is mentioned in the title of a William Shakespeare play? Question number 2. What are the chemical symbols for boron, chromium, and manganese? What are the chemical symbols for boron, chromium, and manganese? For 3 points. Thank you, as always, for all the positive emoji reactions and shares and likes and things. That's always nice to see and always helping out. That's great. Question number 3. What type of fish can grow to the largest size? What type of fish can grow to the largest size? Going by the people who have commented versus the amount of people watching, there might be 1 or 2 new people watching. So I just want to reiterate, no longer put any guesses in the comments. We will mark the answers at the end together and we'll just see how well you do. Because we're just here for fun. It's not for prizes, remember. I wish we could, but no. Question number 4 now. This one's for 3 points. Question 4. In which films or TV series could you meet a spaceship supercomputer named HAL 9000 for 1 point, Mother for a 2nd point, and Holly for a 3rd point? In which films or TV shows could you meet the spaceship supercomputers named HAL 9000, Mother, and Holly? 3 points in total, 1 point for each. Question number 5. What does an anemometer measure? Anemometer. That's a real tongue twister for me. What does an anemometer mean? If I'm saying it wrong, I apologise, but what I will do is put it in the chat for you. Anemometer. Anemometer? Anemometer. Yeah, something like that. But what does it measure? That's the question. There's a couple of different ways you could answer it, so I'll tell you what both of them are. Essentially, they mean the same thing anyway, but you'll see what I mean when I reveal those answers. For 1 point, what does that measure? Question number 6. Which university did Leonard Hofstadter work for in The Big Bang Theory? Question 6. Which university does Leonard Hofstadter work for in The Big Bang Theory? Your next question is for 3 points. What type of creatures are these Disney characters? Oliver, Wheezy, and Miss Bianca. From 3 very different Disney films. What type of creatures are these Disney characters? Oliver, Wheezy, and Miss Bianca. As always, that's 1 point for each. There are 3 different animals as well. Question number 8 now. Question 8. By which chemical process do plants manufacture food? By which chemical process do plants manufacture food? Catherine and Tony are here. Sorry we're late. We've been flipping pancakes. Funny you should mention that. We were just talking about that. In fact, the question to kick off the show from Ruben was, what's the world record for flipping pancakes in a minute? 100, 120 or 140 were the choices. 2 people got it correct. No more bonus points available though, but it was 140. But welcome along, glad to have you as always. Your next question is question number 9. And question number 9 is, which rare astrological event was visible in some parts of the UK last week? Technically it still is, it's just not quite as impressive as it was if you could see it last week. Yeah. Andy says you're 10 minutes late, so you must have flipped 1,400. Yes. It was a great question. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Ruben and I were talking about it in the build-up, and yeah, we were quite happy with that one. There was another one, actually, which was, what's the world record for flipping a pancake as high as you can, and then obviously catching it again? And it's something crazy like 31 feet in the air, which is taller than a normal 2-story house by almost 10 foot. That's, to put it into context, that's mad. Pretty impressive. Right, so question 9 again. Which rare astrological event was visible in some parts of the UK last week, and technically at time of recording, it's at least partially still is? You have to know what you're looking for though, and be in low ambient light places, I guess. Or low light pollution, because otherwise you can't really see everything, but still, it was there. Question number 10. Which is the only venomous snake native to Great Britain? Which is the only venomous snake native to Great Britain? Question 11 is for 2 points. Which two planets in our solar system have no moons? Which two planets in our solar system have no moons? Okay, your next question then. Question number 12 now. Question 12. What would you fear if you suffered from androphobia, brontophobia, and coulrophobia? What would you fear if you suffered from androphobia, brontophobia, and coulrophobia? That last one is COULRO phobia. Coulrophobia. So 1 point for each. Again, 3 different phobias. What could they be? All right, question 13 then. What type of creature is a kakapo? What type of creature is a kakapo? You can give me the generic answer for that kind of creature, or you can be a little bit more specific. Either way, I'll tell you what answers I will accept when we get to that point, and it is for 1 point, of course. What type of creature is a kakapo? Question 14 now. Question 14. Which precious stones were hit singles for Rihanna, Elkie Brooks, and Kenny Rogers? That's for 3 points. I'll say it again for you. Which precious stones, for question 14, were hit singles for Rihanna, Elkie Brooks, and Kenny Rogers? Name the precious stones. So that's for 3 points. 3 different precious stones there. Question 15, the final question this round, is on video game consoles, the older ones, older generation ones. Put these video game consoles into the correct order with the most units sold first. Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, and PlayStation 2. Put these video game consoles into the correct order with the most units sold first. Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, and PlayStation 2. That's for 3 points maximum if you get it in the right order. Now, we've reached the end of the round, so you're running out of time to work out the countdown conundrum. What word is that? If you can rearrange it and work it out, you get 2 bonus points that you can add on for your score in this round. If you got the kids' question right at the start, you can add on 2 points for this round again, or save it for one of the next 2 rounds, Oscars or potluck. And then, yeah, we'll go through the answers and we'll see how well you've scored. As always, submit your scores in the comments and I'll give you a shout out. We celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who don't, but remember, we're just here to have a laugh, really. All right? No shame here whatsoever if you struggle in any quiz round. All right. Yes, any more questions need repeating? Last chance. I drag it out a little bit, waffle on a bit, because I knew that there'd be some. And there is, because there's a lot of bonus points in this round, so, or multiple points, I should say. Sue and the Donuts have asked for 7, 12, and 13. Okay, so question 7 again was, what type of creatures are the Disney characters Oliver, Wheezy, and Miss Bianca? Question 12 was, what would you fear if you suffered from androphobia, brontophobia, and coulrophobia? And question 13, what type of creature is a kakapo? K-A-K-A-P-O. What type of creature is a kakapo? Any more for any more? Because we'll go through the answers. No? Okay. I've not seen any more, so I'm going to go through the answers now then. 1 point for each, of course, unless otherwise stated. Mark your answers, let me know your overall score in the comments, and we'll reveal the countdown conundrum once I've gone through 1 through 15. And the format repeats itself for the next 2 rounds if you're new here. Question 1. Which animal is mentioned in the title of a William Shakespeare play that is a shrew in The Taming of the Shrew? Question 2. What are the chemical symbols for boron, chromium, and manganese? They are B. B for boron, funnily enough. Chromium is Cr. And manganese is Mn. Mn. So that's for 3 points in total. Question 3. Which type of fish can grow to the largest size? It is the whale shark. Question 4. In which films or TV shows could you meet the spaceship supercomputers named HAL 9000, Mother, and Holly? HAL 9000 is from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Mother is from the first Alien movie. I recently watched Alien Romulus, the new one. It's very good. I very much liked that. And Red Dwarf for Holly. So 2001: A Space Odyssey, Alien, not Aliens, Alien, singular. And then Holly is from Red Dwarf. So 3 points there. Question 5, what does an anemometer, what does that measure? It is wind speed and velocity. Okay, so anything along those lines, you can give yourself a point. Question 6, which university does Leonard Hofstadter work for in The Big Bang Theory? That is Caltech. Question 7, what type of creatures are these Disney characters? Oliver, Wheezy, and Miss Bianca. Oliver is a cat. I believe that's from Oliver and Company. Wheezy's a penguin from the Toy Story films. I think it's Toy Story 2 he first appears in, and briefly in 3, if I remember rightly. And Miss Bianca is a mouse from The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. There you go. Love those films. Question 8. By which chemical process do plants manufacture food? It is photosynthesis. Question 9. Which rare astrological event was visible in some parts of the UK last week? It is the 7-planet planetary alignment. Planetary alignment. Anything along those lines, 1 point. Question 10, which is the only venomous snake active or native in Great Britain? It is the adder. Question 11, which 2 planets in our solar system have no moons? That is Mercury and Venus. Question 12, what would you fear if you suffered from androphobia, brontophobia, and coulrophobia? Androphobia is the fear of men. Brontophobia is the fear of thunder, and coulrophobia is the fear of clowns. Question 13. What type of creature is a kakapo? It is a bird. It's a type of parrot, so either of those is fine. It's a big parrot, often referred to as the owl parrot or owl-faced parrot. Ground-dwelling parrot as well, so it doesn't fly. They're very big. There you go. That's a kakapo. Question 14. The precious stones that were hit singles for Rihanna, Elkie Brooks, and Kenny Rogers are diamonds for Rihanna, pearls for Elkie Brooks, and rubies for Kenny Rogers. Question 15, put these video game consoles into the correct order with the most units sold first. The correct order is PlayStation 2 sold the most, then Nintendo Wii, and then the Xbox 360. So 3 points if it's in the correct order. If you've got one in the right place and the other two mixed up, you can have 1 point, and after that you wouldn't get any points. The answer now for the countdown conundrum is overdraft. Word of warning, if you got those bonus points, well done. The next two, probably some of the trickiest we've done. Yes. I like to think we've done so many of these now that we're getting to the bottom of the barrel when it comes to 9-letter words after this one. I'm sure there are thousands more, really, but that's what it looked like as I was revealing them on this app I use. I'm just like, oh, they're not going to like these ones. But they're genuine 9-letter words. Good luck with those when we get to it. Tally up those scores, though. Let me know how many points you got in that round. Put it in the comments. We'll shout out everyone that does. And then we'll move on to round number 2 with our Oscars round. General Oscars trivia, not specific to the one this weekend. So we'll see how you go. Whilst you're putting your scores in, remember that if you would care to follow me anywhere else on social media, the link in the description of every video I post will take you there, and to many other places where you can support and explore the different content I create online. Or join Patreon to support me further, and you get access to our Patreon-only quiz night at the end of the month. Every final Tuesday of the month, we try to do a Patreon-only quiz night. And the last one we did speed quizzing. That was last week. That was lots of fun as always. Really great turnout. That's that. There is a free trial if you haven't had it already, and after that, £2 a month if you care to join us. Minimum £2 a month, but other options are available. Good scores coming in now. Let's have a look, shall we? So, Jodie's got 12 points. The Donut scored 17 and got the conundrum. PJ says 17 plus 2 for the kids' question earlier on. Getting them in early, okay. Catherine and Tony, 11 plus 2, so 13 for the Lots of Golden Oldies. Not bad, since you turned up a little bit late. Not bad at all. 16 points for Andy. Geraldine's got 13. Vernie says 22, including the kids and the conundrum. Very good score, well done. Andy's expecting a shocker in the next round. Yeah, not the best subject for you with the films, I get it, mate. But we shall see how you go. Right, with that said then, let's go. Keep your comments coming in, of course, if there's any more you want to add in. If you haven't added in your scores yet, I'll see them on the next page. But let's bring in round number 2. And we are going to have to reveal the next countdown conundrum. Good luck, everybody. Maybe you'll find another one, because sometimes there's more than one that will work with these letters. 7 points in the last round for Millie. Not bad at all for a solo effort. Well done. Okay, so we move on to the Oscars round then. 15 more questions again, some of which will be multiple choice. And a couple of them, I think, are about the more recent, the more recent Oscars. We shall see how you go. Question number 1. Which Disney movie set in San Francisco, obviously a fictional place, won the Best Animated Feature Oscar in 2015? This one does come up in quite a few of the different quizzes we do. So you may well have heard of it, you may well have seen it. It's a good fun film. Which Disney movie set in San Francisco won the Best Animated Feature Oscar in 2015? Question number 2. Robert De Niro has won 2 acting Oscars. Name the films. 1 point for each. Robert De Niro has won 2 acting Oscars. Name the films. 1 point for each. Question number 3. Which first did British director Steve McQueen achieve when he won his Best Director Oscar in 2014? Which first did British director Steve McQueen achieve when he won his Best Director Oscar in 2014? Question number 4 now. Question 4. Name 3 films that have won a record 11 Oscars each. Name 3 films that have won a record 11 Oscars each. Of course, that's 1 point for each again. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Name the last British songwriter to win the Best Original Song Oscar for a James Bond movie and the title of the song. For 2 points there. Name the last British songwriter to win the Best Original Song Oscar for a James Bond movie and the title of the song for a 2nd point as well. So the artist / songwriter and the title of the song for 2 points. Okay, question number 6 now. Question 6. Whose selfie at the 2014 Oscars went viral? Whose selfie at the 2014 Oscars went viral? Question number 7 now. Question 7. Who was given 1 large Oscar and 7 little Oscars in 1938? Who was given 1 large Oscar and 7 little ones in 1938? Question number 8 now. Question 8. Which singer wore her now famous swan dress to the Oscars? Which singer wore a famous swan dress to the Oscars? Question number 9 now. Question 9 is for 3 points. Which 3 films have earned Johnny Depp an Oscar nomination? Which 3 films have earned Johnny Depp an Oscar nomination? Question number 10 now. Question number 10. Name the last people to win back to back Best Actor and Best Actress Oscars. 1 point for Best Actor, 1 point for Best Actress. Name the last people to win back to back Best Actor and Best Actress Oscars. For 2 points, that question. Question 11 now. Question 11. Name the last actor or actress to win an Oscar posthumously. Name the last actor or actress to win an Oscar posthumously. Question 12 now. Question 12. How many Oscars each did Birdman and the Grand Budapest Hotel make or win? How many Oscars each did Birdman and the Grand Budapest Hotel win? They both won the same amount at the same Oscars ceremony. How many did they win? Question number 13. Now, question 13. Which US talk show host hosted the 2025 Oscars awards ceremony? Which US TV talk show host hosted the 2025 Oscars ceremony? Question 14 now. Name the only two men ever to have refused their Best Actor Oscars. Name the only two men ever to have refused their Best Actor Oscars. And for your final question then, question number 15, name the three films that have earned Meryl Streep an acting Oscar. Name the three films that have earned Meryl Streep an acting Oscar. I think two of them were Best Actress and one of them was Best Supporting Actress. So 1 point for each of those. The three films that have earned Meryl Streep an acting Oscar. 1 point for each. Have a go at that question and then let me know if there's any questions you need repeating. And then we shall get into those repeats. Of course, the countdown conundrum, make sure you're working that one out as well. But as I warned you, it is particularly tricky. This one and I think the next one is as well. Once that's done, we'll of course get into the potluck round once we've seen who's won. Now, last week I gave the Patreons a glimpse of something that I was creating. This is mainly relevant to people who see me at quiz nights in person. But I have a printed version of it now. I'm making little business card things so that people can scan them with their phones and find the Facebook Live show and other places by scanning that. And I'll just leave them around at different venues that I go to, and you know, when people are interested, because I do get asked, oh, where can I follow you? And I just have to tell them and hope they remember. If I can give those out, they'll be able to scan that anytime. So that's a little bit of exciting news for me here. Just thought I'd let you all know. Maybe if you see me at a venue nearby at some point, you might see me handing those out. Who knows? And then you can give them to your friends, and then we'll have loads more teams joining us here. It'll be lovely. Okay, 13 we are repeating for Sue and the Donuts. That was which US talk show host hosted the 2025 Oscars ceremony? Who was the host? I didn't watch much of it at all, really, but by all accounts, he did a very good job. Seemed to go down very well. No more repeats seem to have come in, so we are going to go through the answers then, everybody, and then move on to our next round. So here we go. Get ready to mark your answers, and I will reveal the countdown conundrum answer at the end. Question number 1. Which Disney movie set in San Francisco won the Best Animated Feature Oscar in 2015? That was Big Hero 6. Question 2. Robert De Niro has won 2 acting Oscars. Name the films. That's Raging Bull and The Godfather Part 2. If you didn't put Part 2, I'm just saying, if I was marking your entry sheet, you wouldn't have got the point for it. If you want to give yourself the point, that's on you. I won't know any different. But it is The Godfather Part 2 and Raging Bull for 2 points. Question 3. Which first did British director Steve McQueen achieve when he won his Best Director Oscar in 2014? It was the first black film director to win the award. He was the first black film director to win the award. Question 4. Which 3 films have won a record 11 Oscars each? That was Ben-Hur, Titanic, and Lord of the Rings Return of the King. Again, you would need to be specific. Return of the King managed that feat. The other 2 in the franchise did not. Question 5. Name the last British songwriter to win a Best Original Song Oscar for a James Bond movie, and the title of the song. It is Adele with Skyfall. Question 6. Whose selfie at the 2014 Oscars went viral? That is Ellen DeGeneres' selfie. Question 7. Who was given 1 large Oscar and 7 little ones in 1938? Might have been something to do with Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. It was Walt Disney. Question 8. Which singer wore her now famous swan dress to the Oscars? That was Bjork. Question 9. Which 3 films have earned Johnny Depp an Oscar nomination? That is Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Yeah, you could just put Sweeney Todd for that, though. Finding Neverland and Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. So for 3 points, that one. Question 10. Name the last people to win back-to-back Best Actor and Best Actress Oscars. So for Best Actor, the last person to win them back-to-back was Tom Hanks in 93 and 94. And you have to go way back to Katharine Hepburn in 67 and 68 for Best Actress back-to-back wins. So Tom Hanks and Katharine Hepburn for 2 points. Question 11. Name the last actor or actress to win an Oscar posthumously. That was Heath Ledger for The Dark Knight. Question 12. Which 2 films won 4 Oscars each? Birdman and the Grand Budapest Hotel. I asked it the other way around. Birdman and the Grand Budapest Hotel won 4 Oscars each. So question 12, the answer was 4 each. That was in 2014. Question 13. Which US TV talk show host hosted the 2025 Oscars Awards ceremony? It was Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien. Question 14. Name the only 2 men ever to have refused their Best Actor Oscars. That was Marlon Brando and George C. Scott. And finally, name the 3 films that have earned Meryl Streep an acting Oscar. It is The Iron Lady, Kramer vs. Kramer, and Sophie's Choice. The answer to the countdown conundrum this time is Picofferat. Picofferat. You're going to think it's made up. I promise you it's not. Picofferat. Let me just bring up the definition for you. Picoffarad, lowercase p, uppercase f, is a unit of measurement used to describe the capacity of a circuit component to store electrical charge. 1 picofarad is equal to 1/1,000,000th of a farad. Every day's a school day. If you got that right, very well done. Even if you thought it might have been a made-up word and you're just going to have a guess and hope for the best. That is what the answer is. Let me know if you got that. I'd be very keen to know, because I had never heard of that word before I worked this one out for you. There you go. Let's see how many points you've got then. You get 2 points. 2 points if you got that countdown conundrum correct on top of your score. Not the conundrum, no. I know. Go for it. Honestly, I thought the system had broken when that word came up. It's like, what? But that was the next one. And I thought it'd be quite funny to include it anyway. We could have skipped it, but nah. It's funnier this way. Yeah, I know it's awful. Okay, right, so the donuts have got 9 points then. Catherine says 12 for us, definitely not the conundrum. Jodie's got 5 points. PJ's got 11. Geraldine's got 11. Vernia says 15 for us. Oh, any more for any more? Let me know. We're going to move on to the next round, which is, of course, our potluck round, but keep the comments coming in. Okay. I can't even remember what this one is now for Countdown Conundrum. This one's not so bad. That last one was ridiculous. I know this one's not so bad. I feel like it's more gettable. Like, but again, it's oh, 4 points for Millie. Well done. It's all right. It's fine. You're on your own. Okay, Andy's taking the L for this round. Had a timely phone call. Correct round to interrupt. I got a big fat 0. That's absolutely fine. No worries. Yeah, the conundrum was ridiculous anyway. Don't worry. Right, so this one, potluck round, 15 questions again. The Countdown Conundrum is gettable, much more gettable than the last one. It's just not a word that's commonly used. I feel like there's better ways of saying this word. There's other synonyms of it that you probably use way before you use that word, but it is still legitimate. So yeah, good luck with that. Okay, let's go through the potluck round. Here we go again, everybody. Question number 1. Which American state comes first alphabetically? Which American state comes first alphabetically? Question number 2. What type of missile is the UK's primary deterrent against nuclear war? What type of missile is the UK's primary deterrent against nuclear war? Let's not dwell on that subject. Question number 3. What names do the French give for a white coffee, goose liver pate, and custard? What names do the French give for a white coffee, goose liver pate, and custard? 1 point for each. Okay. Don't worry too much about spelling on that one, obviously. As long as it's close enough to what I say the answers are, that's fine. Question 4. Which creature can you see on a Lamborghini car badge? Which creature can you see on a Lamborghini car badge? I picked her up from school today and we saw one driving through town on the way back. And I said, look at that car, mate. He's like, what is that monstrosity? That's so cool. It's a Lamborghini. It wasn't the nicest one, but it was still all right, you know. Not going to quibble. I'd love to drive one day, but still. Yeah, it's the first time he's seen one. But what creature could you see on a Lamborghini car badge? Question 5. Which of these is the odd one out? Beluga, mink, bowhead, or mako? Which of these is an odd one out? Beluga, mink, bowhead, or mako? Question number 6 is a spelling test for you, so please be honest with your answers as always, I'm sure you would. Spell the word pharmaceutical correctly. No, I'm not going to put it in the chat. Spell the word pharmaceutical correctly. I don't know if it's spelt differently in an American way, so I'm just going to go with the British way. For the benefit of anybody watching who is not from the United Kingdom. Spell pharmaceutical correctly. Question 7 is for 2 points. What does the acronym DEFCON stand for in the US military? What does the acronym DEFCON stand for in the US military? Question 8 now. Question 8. Which politician announced that June 23rd of a particular year was Britain's Independence Day? Which politician announced that June 23rd of a particular year was the first of Britain's Independence Days? Thankfully, it didn't stick, but I'll get off my soapbox now. Question number 9. What would you be doing if you were hurling and casting on? What would you be doing if you were hurling and casting on? Question number 10. For 3 points, question 10. Which famous Johns wrote books called The Pelican Brief, East of Eden, and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold? Oh, Andy, my blood is boiling. I'm with you. Question 10. Which famous Johns wrote the books called Pelican Brief, East of Eden, and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold? Okay, the next question then, question 11. On the 29th of March 2004, which European country became the first in the world to ban smoking in all workplaces, including bars and restaurants? On the 29th of March 2004, which European country became the first in the world to ban smoking in all workplaces? Question 12 now. Question 12. Who was the first member of the royal family to appear on the front cover of a gay magazine? Who was the first member of the royal family to appear on the front cover of a gay magazine? Question 13 now. Question 13. What is the only number in the English language that, when written down, is spelt in alphabetical order? What is the only number in the English language that, when written down, is spelt in alphabetical order? Question 14 now. Which are the major rivers that run through the cities of Vienna, Rome, and Baghdad? Which are the major rivers that run through the cities of Vienna, Rome, and Baghdad? 1 point for each. Okay, question number 15 now, the final question this round. Let me know if you want any questions repeated once we get through this one. Which best-selling authors wrote under the pseudonyms Robert Galbraith, Richard Bachman, and Mary Westmacott? Which best-selling authors wrote under the pseudonyms Robert Galbraith, Richard Bachman, and Mary Westmacott? You're running out of time then with the countdown conundrum, so last chance to work out what that is. And let me know now if there's any questions you want repeated in that round. Of course, once we've done this, we'll move on to Family Fortunes. Got one Family Fortune style question for you from the survey, and then we've got 3 questions in a tenable style for you. Number 3 again is, what names do the French give for a white coffee, goose liver pate, and custard? That's for Brazilians there, thank you, Vernia. White coffee, goose liver pate, and custard. En français, please. S'il vous plaît, I should say. I know a little bit of French, very basic school level stuff, but forgotten a lot of it now, of course, as you do after you leave school. And the years go by. Okay, not seeing any more requests come in, so we are going to go through the answers. Merci. Oh, I like it. Okay, let's go through the answers for this round then before we move on to the game shows round. So, question number 1, which American state comes first alphabetically? It is Alabama. Question 2, what type of missile is the UK's primary deterrent against nuclear war? It is Trident. Question 3, what names do the French give for a white coffee, goose liver pate, and custard? It is café au lait, pâté de foie gras, and crème anglaise. 1 point for each. As long as it's close enough, give yourself a point. Question 4. Which creature can be seen on the Lamborghini car badge? It is a bull. Question 5. Which of these is the odd one out? Beluga, mink, bowhead, or mako? It is mako. Because it's a type of shark, and the others are whales. Question 6. Spell pharmaceutical correctly. It is PHARMACEU. TICAL. Now I'll put it in the chat so you can see it on screen. There you go, should pop up any second. And your next question was question 7. What does the acronym DEFCON stand for in the US military? It is Defense Condition. It's also known as Defense Readiness Condition in the past, but Defense Condition is the main 2 words you needed there. Question 8. The politician that announced June 23rd would be Britain's Independence Day was Nigel Farage. Question 9. What would you be doing if you were purling and casting on? You would be knitting. Question 10. Which famous Johns wrote books called The Pelican Brief, East of Eden, and The Spy Who Came In From the Cold? It is John Grisham, John Steinbeck, and John le Carre. Question 11. On the 29th of March 2004, which European country became the first in the world to ban smoking in all workplaces, including bars and restaurants? That was Republic of Ireland. Question 12. Who was the first member of the royal family to appear on the front cover of a gay magazine? That was Prince William. Question 13. Which is the only number in the English language, when written down, is spelt in alphabetical order? It is 40. Question 14. Which are the major rivers that run through the cities of Vienna, Rome, and Baghdad? It is the river Danube, the river Tiber, and the river Tigris. And finally, question 15. Which best-selling authors wrote under the pseudonyms Robert Galbraith, Richard Bachman, and Mary Westmacott? That is J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, and Agatha Christie. So, the final countdown conundrum. Did any of you manage to get this one? It is collegian. Collegian, which is another word for a student of a college or university, specifically. Collegian. Not as tricky as the last one, I hope. Still, like I said, an uncommon word, I believe. But yeah, let me know if you got that one right. 2 points extra if you did. This is the last chance as well. If you haven't used the bonus points from the kids' question at the start, this is your last chance, because from this point forward, you are all working as one team. Everybody watching live, and indeed anybody watching a repeat of this, if you're watching this as a repeat on Facebook or on YouTube as well, where I post these again after the fact, please do still leave comments. But from this point on, you are all one team, working to get the answers as soon as you can for the game show's rounds. So here comes some team scores. Jodie's got 7 points. Catherine and Tony have got 14. PJ says 11 points. Well done. I did think allogenic. Allogenic. Is that a word? Allogenic. I mean, you can spell it. Hold on. I don't know if you were joking or if you're serious. Let me see. A-double... Allo... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yeah. It is in the dictionary. Well done. That's very good. Yeah, it's a geology or ecology term by the looks of it. Transported to its present position from somewhere else. Allogenic, adjective. Allogenic. Allogenic, involving, derived from, or being individuals of the same species that are sufficiently unlike genetically to interact anti-genetically. Wow. That's a very good word. Excellent work. Okay. You may have 2 points if you put allogenic instead. That is another variation of this conundrum. Excellent. It does happen sometimes. In fact, it happens more often than I thought it would. But yeah, excellent work. Okay, so the scores then. After that, Geraldine, 12 points. Bernia says 13, plus the conundrum for the Brazilians. Very good. Donut scored 11. No conundrum again. Oh, sorry. I know you like to get those. We got that, but it's not a word. Isn't it? What? Yeah, you got that too, so you got 30. Yeah, you can have it. Yeah. You can have allogenic. I just looked it up. It's there. There's a dictionary response at the top of Google. That's all I care about. We're not going to get any more technical than that. So, yes, we got that too, so we got 13. Yes, good. All right, 11 plus 2 for Andy then. Excellent work. Yes, Andy, you did a biology degree. Yes, that rings a bell. I'm sure we've spoken about that before. Good. All right. There we go. Let's go play some game shows rounds then, shall we? On to our survey says. And we're looking for the top 7 from a survey of 100 people. And the question today, guess in the chat, please. Let's see how quickly you can work it out. Your question is from the survey, name a popular UK TV game show. May or may not be something that's still on the air now. If 100 people were asked that question today, what do you think they'd come back with? All right, top 7 answers we're looking for. There were others, but we need the top 7. I think, in fairness, I'll give you a clue. I think all of them... Yeah, I think all of them are either on the air or have very recently been on the air, and some may be coming back with new series as well. So they're all, relatively modern, or have been going for a very long time in different formats. I'll give you that much of a clue for now. I won't mark you down for spelling though. As long as it's obvious what you meant. So let's see what your guesses are, and I'll reveal them as we go along as always. Right, we have got quite a few good guesses coming in. Let's have a look. I think, Millie, you mean catchphrase there. That's a very interesting way of spelling it. Is catchphrase one of the answers? We do it on this show as well, but that'll be next week. It's not one of the top 7. It is not there. Family Fortunes. Well, we're playing our own little version of that now. Is it in the top 7? It is. That's number 6. Excellent stuff there. Let's go back up the list. What else have we got here? Blankety blank, Geraldine says. Geraldine says blankety blank. Is that in the list? It's number 5. Very good. All right, play your cards right. Is that there? Oh, very familiar with that one. Play your cards right. It's not, though, in the top 7. The Chase is there. Let's have a look. Where's the Chase in the list? Is it there? Survey says it is top answer. Very good. Number 1 in the list. Well, I don't know if you guessed the Chase there. Jodie was first to say that one. Bullseye. Bullseye was on over Christmas with a Christmas special comeback. Is going to come back, I believe, as a proper series again, which I'm quite excited about. I used to love that show. And from what I saw of the Christmas special, it was pretty good. However, it's not there. Not there. The Generation game. Oh, many happy memories watching that as a kid. It is not there, though. No. Let's see what else is there. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The Price is Right. Deal or No Deal. I can tell you that none of those are on this list of top 7. Nope. Deal or No Deal recently returned to our screens as well. Oh, Wheel of Fortune did as well. Wheel of Fortune is not there either. Countdown. Countdown's not there. I won't do the for every single one of these. Supermarket Sweep. Do you know, it's funny you bring that up, Tony. Supermarket Sweep is not there, but I mentioned last week about doing a quiz round or a bonus quiz question or something from one of the games on that show. We've turned it into a handout round for our pub quizzes. I might still do something here with it. But yeah, we're gonna do that potentially at a pub quiz soon. Tipping Point. Is that there? Tipping Point's number 2 in the list. Spin the Wheel. Spin the Wheel, maybe Wheel of Fortune as well. Not there. Patreons should definitely be able to work out what one of the missing ones here is, because we've played it. We have played it very recently. And no, I don't mean speed quizzing. What was it? If you were on that call with me there, we played our own version of it. I also share questions from another one of these shows left in the list on my Instagram, TikTok, and on Facebook as well. Questions directly from those shows to see if any of my followers can work out what the answers are. So let's see. Pointless? No. Pointless would be very tricky to recreate for Patreons. We've done it before, but it was the board game version. I just happened to be on camera at the same time, and it was fun, but it's not quite the high standard that I hold myself to now. Tenable. Is Tenable there? Do you know, I really hoped it would be, but it's not, I'm afraid. Jodie says House of Games. Ding. Very good. That's the one. We played that a couple of months ago. And that was good. Blockbusters is another one we play on Patreon sometimes. Blockbusters is, though, not there. Now, 1% Club, Catherine says. 1% Club, that is one I do share. That's the one I was on about. That's number 4 on the list. The last one, no, not Tenable, not Mastermind, not Eggheads either. The last one, I'll give you clues just to wrap this up. It's the most recent one, I believe, hosted by Ant and Dec. Not Weakest Link, that came in just as I said that clue, so I know you didn't mean that. Universe Challenge are not Buzzcocks. We did never mind the Buzzcocks as well. I should do that again sometime. That was good fun. I've created my own version of that as well for you all. But no, not University Challenge either. A couple of you have said that now. What is Ant and Dec's most recent quiz? Let's have a look. Sue and the Donuts have said Limitless. It is Ant and Dec's Limitless Win. That's the one. Very good. Well done, Sue, for getting that last one there. So, from the survey of 100 people, name a popular UK TV game show. And the answers were The Chase, Tipping Point, House of Games, 1% Club, Blankety Blank, Family Fortunes, and Limitless Win. Yes, several of you getting the answer for that one there, just as I rounded that off. Excellent work. Okay, so... need to do a quick adjustment here. because we're going to go over to our tenable game. I've got 3 tenable questions for you as always. Let's now go over to that game, shall we? And here we go. There is your tenable screen. Yeah, so I do just need to make a few quick adjustments as always. So, again, guess in the comments. Your first tenable question is... the first 10 Stephen King novels with 2-word titles. Now, we spoke about him earlier on at the end of the potluck round. So this is according to his official website, stephenking.com. It does not include novellas or books written by Stephen King under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, which is what came up in the quiz earlier. So the first 10 Stephen King novels with 2-word titles that were not novellas or books written under a pseudonym. Here is your tenable pyramid and or screen. What I'd like to hear from you now is those guesses. See how many you can work out. I think, unless you really, really know his books really well, some of these at the end you might struggle with, but I think the first half at least, or half of this list, I'm expecting you to get. It's perfectly fine if we have to skip some of them. That's just part of the game, isn't it? Right, Sue says Pet Cemetery. Let's have a look. Is Pet Cemetery there? Jodie said that now as well. Let's have a look. That is number 4, yes. And that is how it's spelt as well, before anybody corrects me on it. Not that I mind how you spelt it in the chat, of course. But for some reason, that's just how it's spelt. The Shining. The Shining, is that there? Thank you, Sue, for guessing that one, as well as Catherine. And that's number 2. That is number 2. Many of these, of course, have had, well, I say many, a good half of them, I think, have had some kind of TV adaptation or film adaptation made. Those are 2 of them. Finders Keepers is one from Lisa. Let's have a look if Finders Keepers is there. No, that is not in this classification, not one of the answers. Any more for any more? Can you think of anything else? There's one on this list I always thought would have been 3 words when you say it, but actually it's 2. And if they've got a short title in general, might still be worth a guess, because I'll I'll elaborate and give you the point if it's close enough. Any more for any more? I feel like you would have heard of at least 2, if not 3 of them that are left. Not that I know your book reading habits very well at all, but given general popularity, I'd say 3 or 4 of them are very gettable. Lawnmower Man's a guess from Andy. Is that there? Let's have a look at the list again and check to see if that's one of our answers. Not there. No. Salem's Lot. Lisa says Salem's Lot. Let's have a look. Is it there at the top of the list? That's number 1. Very good. We've found another one. Jodie's stumped. Yeah, you wouldn't be the only one, I'm sure. Shawshank Redemption and Green Mile have both been guessed. Let's have a look. Do they count in this list? No. Yeah, not Green Mile, not Shawshank Redemption either, I'm afraid. Neither of them there. They're probably novellas. They're probably classed as novellas. It is not going to be there either because it is literally just called It. There's no other words around it. Okay, I think I think this is a trickier one. Oh, well, I know it's a trickier one. I think I might have to start revealing these for you. I'm going to start revealing them. The jewel is not there either. I'm going to start revealing them a little bit of a random order because I'm going to go with the ones I believe are lesser known, giving you a little bit more thinking time for the more popular ones. Okay, just in case there's some that come to mind. So I'm going to start with number 10. Personally, I've never heard of this one. Number 10 is Rose Madder. Never heard of it, personally. Next one I have heard of, but I'm not sure about it. Number 9, that was Dolores Claiborne. Number 7 I'll do next, because number 8 is a little bit more popular, I believe. More well-known, I would say. Number 7 is called Needful Things. We'll do number 5 next. Number 5 is The Talisman. These next ones I really think you've probably heard of, or some of you may have heard of compared to the others. If I'm judging the popularity of these a bit more proper. Number 8 was Gerald's Game. Number 6, this is the one I thought was 3 words, and it's not, it's 2. The Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers is 1 word. So The Tommyknockers makes it 2, and it fits this category. And the third one in the list, I didn't see any other guesses come in, so we'll move on. The third one, The Stand. Okay. That's a tricky one. Yeah, not Skeleton Crew, although that is an excellent Star Wars show. Not in this list, I'm afraid. But there you go. That is the list. The first 10 Stephen King novels with 2-word titles that are not novellas or released under his pseudonym. All right. Let's go to the next question. Hopefully, we'll do a bit better with this one. Your next question is the first 10 character names of the title in the titles of Marvel Cinematic Universe films. These are the first 10 character names that have appeared in the full titles of films according to the official Marvel movie website as of November 2020. But it's kind of timeless because we're talking about the first movies that were released. So they'll always have been the first movies. Doesn't matter what the list becomes in the future because the first 10 are still the first 10. So superhero names from the MCU that have had their names in movie titles for Marvel's MCU. All right, the first 10. We've got some. Yeah, Jodie says that last one was hard. It was. It was tricky, I know. Sue says Hulk. Let's have a look. Is the Incredible Hulk there in the list? That is number 2, Incredible Hulk, the second movie released in the MCU. What else we got? Pete says Spider-Man. Spider-Man's number 9. The Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are, of course, in the MCU, although technically they're mostly owned by Sony. They are still part of the same universe. Okay, Captain America. Let's have a look where Captain America falls in the list. Surely that's there. Going up, it's number 4. These are in the order they first appeared, so number 1 is going to be the earliest one, which we have had guessed. I can also see we've got Thor. Thor has been guessed by Sue. Let's have a look where that fits in. And it is number 3. And now we go to, what's next? Let's have a look. Iron Man. Sue has said Iron Man. Geraldine said Iron Man as well. And that's going to be number 1. That's at the top because the Iron Man movie came first. Batman, let's have a look. Is that one on the list? No. Can't be Batman, that's DC. As is Superman, that's also DC Comics, not Marvel. What else have we got here? Black Panther. Is Black Panther one of the first 10? Yes, that is literally number 10. Deadpool. We've got 5, 6, 7, and 8 left. Is Deadpool one of them? We are talking about films as well. We're not talking about series. So Loki. Loki is not there. Captain Marvel. We've got guessed. Is Captain Marvel one of the first 10? No. Geraldine says Doctor Strange. Let's have a look. Is Doctor Strange there? That is a tenable answer. That's number 8. What else have we got here? Wonder Woman. That's DC, I'm afraid. Wolverine. Let's have a look for Wolverine. Only part of the MCU in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, which came much, much later in the list. The other X-Men movies, not part of the MCU. Well, they weren't at the time of release anyway. Technically, it's all the same thing now, pretty much. The same multiverse, at least, if we're getting super geeky. Okay, Green Lantern, that's DC. Sue says Ant-Man. Is Ant-Man one of the missing 3 we've got left? Let's have a look. Yes, the first Ant-Man movie came out just before Doctor Strange. That is in the list. Very good. That's a tenable answer. You got 2 more left. Both of them were villainous characters. And remember, the way I worded it is that the names of these characters featured in the titles of the films. It doesn't necessarily mean the only movie that the character's name was the title. It means the character's name appears in the title as a whole, which could have more words to it. So 5 and 6 were more villainous characters, shall I say. If you look at how the question's worded, the first 10 character names in the titles of Marvel Cinematic Universe films. So not specifically superheroes. Black Widow does have her own movie. It's not one of the first 10, as she was in the some of the early movies, but didn't have her name in the titles of them until she had her own one more recently. So not Black Widow. Not Venom. No. There are Venom movies. I think they're quite fun, actually. They're probably the best ones that Sony's made, other than the Spider-Man films. They're good fun. Tom Hardy's brilliant in those films. Joker's DC. The Wasp, I reckon that's it's not in the top 10. It's not one of the missing ones, because Ant-Man had his own movie first, and the next one they did with Ant-Man was Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was after Black Panther. So it's a good guess, but it's not quite in that top 10. Think more villainous Marvel characters, if you can. I might have to reveal them. One of them was Captain America's friend. And the other one was Built. I'll give you those clues. If you don't get them in the next minute, then we're going to move on, because I don't want to keep you. Let's just check the timings. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes to do the next one. Okay. No, not Harley Quinn. That's DC as well, not Marvel. Okay. We're going to reveal them. So, number 5 then was a Captain America sequel. And I can't click on it. Hold on. Here we go. I must adjust that. Right. Number 5, Winter Soldier. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. That was the Captain America sequel. Very good film. Started off as a villainous character and then became an Avenger eventually. And number 6, really tricky one this, it was Ultron from Avengers Age of Ultron. So there we go. There is your tenable list. You almost got them all. Almost got them all. Now, your next one, you need to know a little bit about Italy. And specifically, you need to know about Italian football teams. Okay? We very rarely do pure sport-related questions, but I do bring it in occasionally. So we want the top 10 teams in Italy's Serie A League last season. Those were the top 10 teams, okay? Last season, when the season came to an end, who were in the top 10? Name the top 10 Italian football teams from Serie A in the 2023-24 season. Yes, because we're in 24-25 now, so yes. So, start naming some Italian football teams. And if you don't know Italian football teams, name some Italian cities, because you might still get points. Pete says Napoli. Okay, let's kick things off. Napoli, last season, finished 10th. They're just in there. AC Milan and Inter Milan from Sue. Let's have a look. It was a very good season for Milan, particularly for the blue half of Milan, shall we say. Internazionale, they were first. They were top of the league. And then let's see where AC Milan finished as well. And AC Milan was second. Okay, Juventus. Several of you saying Juventus. Yes, we've got Sue saying that, Vernia, we have Andy as well. Juventus, let's have a look. How close did they get? We know they weren't in the top 2. We know they weren't 10th. Surely they were up there. They were 3rd. Okay, that's that one done. Sampdoria. Did Sampdoria crack the top 10? Let's have a look. They did not. No. Good guess though. They would have been there or thereabouts, but no. Marseille would be French. Marseille is the French league. We're talking about the Italian league. Florence, no. Rimini, no. Lazio. Let's have a look. Is Lazio there? That's worth checking. Lazio was 7th. Fiorentina now has been... So well done. That was Andy guessing that. And Vernia's guessed Lazio as well. Fiorentina has now been guessed by Sue and the Donuts. Fiorentina. Did they make the top 10? 5 more places to go. Now 4. Fiorentina were 8th in the league. Genoa, was they there? They've got their own team. It's another good guess. No. Didn't make that position. Let's see what other teams... Oh, Roma's been guessed. I missed Roma. Apologies, Tony. Here we go. Roma. Let's have a look if Roma are there. Andy also said Roma. Well done, guys. They were 6th. Excellent work. Right, let me scroll through the list again. Have I missed anything else? No. Right, Genoa, no. Bologna. Let's have a look. Are they there? Vernia's had a guess at that one. They were 5th. Excellent work. All right, you got 2 left to find. 2 left to find, and the one that finished 4th begins with an A. And the one that finished 9th begins with a T. There are some last-minute clues to wrap up this round and the end of episode 163 of the Big Quiz Night In. Can you work them out? Or will I have to reveal them? Lecce, I think that's coming after I gave those clues, so we know it's not going to begin with an L. You're looking for one that begins with an A and one that begins with a T. Again, I'm seeing Palermo now. That's another one not there. Sue says Atalanta. That does begin with an A, and that is an Italian football team. You're in good stead there, I'm sure. That is number 4. Excellent work. Now, what about one beginning with T? Can we work out any Italian teams there? Last couple of guesses, and then I shall reveal that answer. Torino, Andy says. PJ says Turin. Sue says Torino. Let's have a look. It is Torino. Excellent. There we go. We finish off strong there. You got all 10 correct for that round. And with that said, I think we can go over now to our final page. Okay, so there is there's no deals on in the merch store at the moment, but remember it is live, and thank you to those who did place orders. When we had that last deal on, there was free delivery, I think, most recently. I will post when the next deal is. I know there's another one coming up, but it all helps grow what we do here and helps us out here and gives the kids a bit of extra pocket money when people do purchase merch. There's loads of different choices there, loads of different colours. Anyway, I really appreciate the turnout tonight. You guys have been amazing company again, and I hope you've enjoyed your evening. I will return, all being well, for another Facebook Live quiz next week. And yeah, I look forward to it. If there's anybody who's watching who's a Patreon supporter who would like to have a subject in the quiz, please do let me know, because I'll happily include it for you, or even just ideas for some question subjects. I'll write some extra questions to put in around for perhaps. T-shirt's amazing, Millie. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I've always been impressed with the quality. I've never been let down with that, with this company, because they're all made to order, and they've never let me down. Really good quality, whatever you get. So thank you for that. Great quiz. Thanks, Chris. Although dodgy conundrums, I know. I just picked the first 3 that come up. Don't blame me. Blame the machine. Blame the system. Thank you for running such an amazing brand. Yeah, it's brilliant. I'm glad you like it. I'm so pleased with my new logo. I really do love it. Thank you, Lisa says, all the way from Hawaii, Honolulu. Thank you for joining. I'm glad it's worked for you out there. Isn't technology incredible when it works nicely? Excellent quiz. Thanks, Chris, and everyone. Until next week. Brilliant. All right. Well, we'll close it off there. Great stuff, everybody. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all, as always, same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.